Hello there, Running-Ears. It's Manny again, and we don't got a lot of stuff going on, so I'll just get right to it. But before we do, as usual, subscribership has been going up, which is amazing. But the important thing is the questions and the comments keep going up, guys. Please continue with your questions, comments. Please keep asking. You guys don't realize what happens whenever you ask a question. There's a lot of times I don't even know the answer, but I'll go look for it. That way I could answer it in the future. And so it's great when you guys ask the questions because you just never know. And again, I'm not a know-it-all. I don't know everything about Disney. I know a lot, but also there's times when I sit there going like, man, that's an excellent question. I haven't even thought about that just because I'm not affected by it. But guys, now we're going to get to the news, which there's not a lot going on. So the first thing is going to be that within the next couple weeks, we are going to have something drop for Walt Disney World Marathon. So it's going to be some kind of theming. So just keep your eyes open for it. We already know what we're going to get. So Mickey will be the full marathon, Donald the half. We're going to have the Goofy challenge. We're going to have Dopey. But again, we don't know exactly. Are they going to go nostalgic? Are they going to go all out athletic? I just don't know. They change them every year. They do little tweaks here and there. So guys, keep your eyes open for that. And of course, I'll do a video when that comes out. The bigger news is that we're going to have Wine and Dine registration coming up. So next week, we are going to get everybody who is in Club Run Disney, and of course, your legacy, the runners who have been doing it, the perfect status runners are going to be doing it. I'm lucky enough to be perfect. That's the only one I'm perfect status with, of. The perfect status is going to be for the 2-course challenge. So next week I'll get my link. I'm able to register early, and that's good. But, you know, guys, we got regular registration for us mere mortals, and yes, I'm going to try to get into the 5K. So that's going to be one of those that people are going to fight out for it and stuff like that. So guys, be prepared for that. And guys, just remember this. There's going to be about 2 to 3 people, probably about 3 people wanting every spot there. So every time that you go in to register, understand that you're going to be going up 50% odd, or 33% odds that you're going to get that slot, guys. And don't be angry when you don't do it. Just do what I did. Go and volunteer. Had a great time. Follow online. Congratulate your fellow runners. And then when you get back in there, you expect the same thing of those runners from you. So then, you see a lot of people on the course who did not get in. Michael Gabriel was out there, and he is actually, he does the costumes. He does a lot of the costumes. He didn't get into, for whatever reason, he didn't get into Princess. He was out there cheering for us, guys. So that's the attitude we want to take. And so, guys, but you guys are amazing. You're probably going to do that anyway. But spread it so that way more people can get that done. But with that said, guys, I just don't think I'm going to do another video for signing up. So, sorry about that. So, no, guys, we are going to do a video on this no matter what he says. But, guys, we have gone too far. We're going to continue doing these videos, helping you guys out to get into the runs. So, before we start anything, we're going to go ahead and let you know what you can start doing right now, guys. So things you can start doing right now in order to prepare for registration day. So the first thing is, make sure you understand this. The runs are non-refundable. They're non-transferable. They're not like other runs. So guys, just put that in your head already and make sure you understand that. So guys, if you get into the run, something happened, life happens, you're going to have to contact Run Disney directly. But as of now, the rules are they're non-refundable, they're non-transferable. Also, guys, understand the training starts now, and once you get in, you have to maintain a 16-minute per mile pace in order to not get swept. And again, that counts not when you start, but when the balloon ladies start, the final unofficial pacers of the Run Disney events, guys. So get that into your head. So guys, if you're very, very slow, you're a little bit hesitant, we are going to come out with a video with running tips, training tips, basically, to kind of help you guys out. So maybe you guys get a little bit more of an idea of how to buffer the runs. But guys, put that in your head again, that the 16-minute per mile pace. So again, this is stuff that you're going to have to get into your head before you even register. The third thing you got to remember, this is stuff that you got to understand right now, is that they can cancel runs. So as the weather gets inclement, something happens, the pandemic happens again. Hopefully it doesn't happen ever again. Guys, they can postpone, they can cancel runs, guys. So guys, go in there understanding earlier this year, we had one of our runs cut short. That was a Walt Disney World half marathon. We ran the inaugural 7.1 half marathon, guys, so that was awesome to be part of that when I run with you guys. But guys, understand that that can happen. So number 4 is things that you could start doing right now once you've gotten that out of the way and understanding and say, you know what, I still want to register. Well, guess what, we're going to register, so we're going to create an account. So guys, how do you create an account? So let's type in, well guys, I can see it but you guys can't, so let's go ahead and so once you get to the rundisney.com page, click down on Help and Support, Manage Account. Once you click on there, mine won't say this, but yours will say Create an Account. I already have an account, so that's why it's allowing me to log in. So guys, now you have your account, so, and you got to remember this, and I said it then and I'll say it again, your sign-in credentials are going to be the same for everything. So when you go to My Disney Experience, when you go to My Disney World, Disneyland, D23, on down the line, Run Disney, they're all the same sign-in information. So guys, remember that. Make sure that you have that handy because it's going to come very, very convenient the day of registration. So, but again, we're still at stuff that you do before registration. Make sure you create that account. So the next thing, guys, is prioritize which runs you want to do. So guys, for the Wine and Dine, there's going to be basically 4 different things that you can do. You got your 5K, you got your 10K, you got your half, and then you got your challenge, guys. So prioritize. So for example, let's say you look at the 5K and say, you know what, I'm going to pass on the 5K. But you know what, the 10K medal looks pretty cool. So I'm going to try this, but look at this. The half marathon is Remy. I really want to do that, and since they're both together, I can do the challenge and get this 3rd medal. But you know what, this is sold out, so now I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to sign up just for Remy. So this is going to be the backup. I'm going to sign up for the half marathon first, then I'm going to try to see if I can get the 10K after I've signed up for the half. So guys, once you prioritize the runs, prioritize who has to run with you. So I'll give you another example of what I had to do. So I really like you, so I'm going to take you. Mickey, you're made the list. Now guess what? I also like this guy right here, Goofy. He is awesome to be around, so we're going to put him on the list. Now this guy has done over 900 miles at Disney, so we're going to take him. But you know what? This guy is wearing the wrong gear, so no, we're not taking him. So that last guy was probably a troublemaker. He was not wearing the right gear, guys. So we're not going to, if he gets in, he gets in. If he doesn't, we're not going to worry about it, guys. But start prioritizing who you have to register. So make sure that those people that you have to register, get their information down. We're about to go over that. And the people that would be great, you can still have their information, but it's going to be a little bit different. Guys, the next thing is test your Wi-Fi and your data. So you're going to be able to look at your phone and you're going to be going like right now, I don't have enough bars. So I'm going to walk around the house and I'm going to basically say, all right, this is where I'm going to get the most reception right there. So this is where I know I'm going to mark that spot. Same thing with your computer. Same thing with your Wi-Fi. So do this now, test it throughout the week before, every day. Just make sure that you got good reception there. Again, one of the quickest ways of getting out of that queue the day of registration is your Wi-Fi or your data drops for whatever reason, guys. Especially once you're in that spinning queue, and we'll go over that shortly. Now it's the information that you're gonna need, so grab a pen and paper and make sure that you write these down. I'll put them down below, that way you make sure you get them. But obvious things that you're going to need is going to be some, and I'm going to preface by saying this. So once you log into your account, a lot of this information is going to autofill. But just make sure you have this, and this is very important when you're signing up somebody else. But make sure you have name. Make sure you have their email address. And guys, if you're signing anybody else up, you can use your email address and you can deal with that later. Worst case scenario, it stays on your account. You just have to print out the stuff for them, take it to the run for them, and that's going to be about it. You can even take a snapshot once you get their check-in pass and send it to them, and that's going to suffice. Guys, another important one is going to be date of birth. Make sure that you have the date of birth, especially when it comes to children. So there's going to be rules. So certain 5K is children 5 and older. The 10K is 10 and older, and a half marathon I think is 14 and older. So guys, make sure that you double check that and make sure that you put an accurate date of birth. Next one is gender, guys, and so just make sure that you put male, female. The next one is going to be really important because guys, I've missed this one before and it kind of holds up your registration, guys. Shirt size. Shirt size, make sure that you get everybody's shirt size. Again, you can change it, you can adapt it, and actually, if they have enough at the expo, you can actually go to Shirt Exchange and exchange it just in case you get the wrong size. They give you large, you want extra large, you just go to the back and they're gonna be able to help you out there. The next two are going to be pretty easy, the address and your phone number. So your physical address and your phone number, how they can reach. And guys, for those two, I've done it before where I kind of forget, and I was signing up my nephew, and I was able just to use my address and my phone number, and that takes care of it. In the meantime, that gets him in. So if you want to do that, you can do that. Also, just realize you can go back in and change it. You can edit it later. But you cannot edit for some reason or other. It goes down. It doesn't let you allow you to edit, guys. Just remember that you can always change it at the expo. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's not going to make a huge difference. So the next one is emergency contact, guys. So make sure you have that emergency contact. What I did was I used myself for my nephew. You can use your other runners if you're registering multiple runners. Make sure that you could, you're already going to have their information, so you can use them as your emergency contact. And the last box you're going to check is going to be the acknowledgement. That's going to be the first section before you go on to next. The next section has some drop-down bars at times, so just make sure that you understand it's going to take a little bit more time because it's going to have some drop-down bars, and it's started by the military division. The drop-down is going to be, what branch of the military are you? So the next one is going to be if you're a runner or an athlete with a disability, and guys, there's going to be a drop-down box basically saying, are you going to need assistance, or are you not going to need assistance? But guys, if you do that, make sure that you go to the athletes with disability booths at the expo to make sure that everything is taken care of. Another one is, are you an annual pass holder? Yes or no? And it's going to ask you which one are you. Are you going to be Disney World, Disneyland, both, so forth, so on. Next one's going to be, again, just to piggyback off of annual pass holder, are you going to be a DVC member? Another one is going to be, are you a cast member? The next few ones, I don't understand why they have them, but they're going to ask you, have you ever run Disney events before? And then after, it's going to have like a drop-down box with number of runs that you've done, and it's going to be like groups, so 0 to 3, or 1 to 3, 2 to 6, something like that, 10 plus, 11 plus, 12 plus, whatever it is. You're going to see it real quick, so again, go by as quickly as you can. The next question they're going to ask you is, which ones have you done? So have you done a 5K, 10K, half, 10 miler, challenge, so forth, so on. You can click on each one of them and then go on. So the next one is one that I always decide to skip even if I'm pretty fast. That is proof of time, guys, because it takes a little bit longer. It's probably going to take you a little bit longer to copy that link, put it in, and make sure you get that in. Those valuable seconds are, just like I said, they're very valuable. Those seconds are valuable. So what I do is, whenever I have to add that in, I've always gone afterward. Once I have registered for the run, once I have gotten my registration in, I go in later and I edit it, and I'm able to put in the proof of time. Next one is anticipated pace, anticipated time. So guys, they're going to give you that. Again, if you put a real high one, then they're going to basically ask for proof of time. If you put a slower one, I put about 12 minutes, which is usually my going rate right now. So guys, I do that and I'm able to go forward. So the next two, they've just added the last year or so, and it's how many people are coming with you, and are you staying on property? My thoughts have been that you should ask this question after you register, for the simple reason I understand the concept of this, because they're trying to figure out if they have enough rooms and so forth and so on. But again, how many how many people are coming with you, and are you planning on staying on property? Again, to me, once you register, that's when you should ask that question. So now we come to the biggie, add others. So you can add another run, you can add another runner. So let's say, for example, you're registering yourself and you want to do the challenge and the 5K. So you put on there, you go ahead and click on, and actually you should be able to click on both of them early on and register for both of them at the same time. It's for you. Now, add another runner. Here comes for the multiple runners, guys. So guys, if you have multiple people that you're registering, make sure that you have all their information, guys, and put it all down and register them. And guys, a quick question, because I can already hear people saying, what if a friend of mine is trying to get in at the same time I am, and she gets in earlier? Can she register me? Yes, she can. I always suggest that if a person gets in there 5 minutes before, that should give you enough time to register 2 people. Even if it's for multiple runs, 3 people, 4 people, you should still be able to get in there. Have her do everything. Now, here is the difference. If I'm close by or I'm on Skype, I'm doing something that I'm able to see them, and they get in and 20 seconds later I get in. Then I'm gonna try to register myself, and she can register herself, and that's the only difference. Probably within a minute, try to register yourself. After a minute, then go ahead and let her go. You could still go, but just remember not to click on register, because they'll be charged over there, and then you're going to be charged over there, and there's no refunds. So guys, they're going to ask you for a donation next. I usually skip that because, again, if I feel like doing something, I can edit it later. And then the next one, this is where everybody stalls. Purchase merchandise. Can I want to purchase it? There's not going to be a lot of pictures. There's not going to be a lot of stuff coming out. So it's just going to talk to you a little bit about bundles. It's going to be a shirt. It's going to be a spirit jersey. It's going to be a bundle with the pins and stuff. So guys, you can always go in later to purchase. By that time, they might even have pictures, so you can see stuff. Actually, some of them will have pictures, guys, so you can see stuff, but you can make more of an educated guess instead of a real hurried one and go, oh, I shouldn't have bought that. And then, you know, again, a lot of times they're not going to refund it to you. So guys, then you're stuck with it, and there is no longer refunds once you buy something online. At the expo, it used to be that you got refunded if you got there and you didn't like it or stuff. Now you can exchange it if something is broken and it's not your size, but you cannot get a refund, guys. So what I recommend is, even if you want merchandise really bad, is just wait. Just be patient. Once you register afterward, you can go and edit, and you can add. There's going to be a slot that says buy products, purchase products. You're just going to be able to get in there, and you're going to be able to look. It's going to tell you which ones you can get, which ones you're accessible to. So whatever ones you're registered for, it's going to give you access to those, and then you can go away and purchase anything that you want then. So guys, payment information is next, guys, and I always do this because they do take they take credit card, they take debit card, they take Disney gift card, and Disney redemption cards. So guys, what I always do is ahead of time, I write it down in big numbers. I have big numbers, and I write down, and I always have 2 forms of payment. Just in case the first one fails, I have a backup. So I usually have a gift card with the amount that I'm going to pay, and then I have a credit card just in case as a backup system, just in case. So this is what happens, guys. You go through registration, and just like we talked about earlier, you want to sign up for the 5K, but the 5K is sold out. So now you say, I'm going to go to the 10K. And you have a gift card that just covers the 5K. You have $150 in that gift card, and it's $112. So now, well, guess what? It's going to put a hold on that, so you only have $38 left. So now when you go and you try to register for the 10K, even if you had the $150 there that you're going to register with, it's got a hold on it. So it's going to tell you that it's not an acceptable form of payment. So that's where I have to go to my backup, which is going to be my credit card, and I'm going to have to go ahead and do that. And yes, you can have two gift cards if you... I mean, I look at it this way. You're going to spend if you get in, you're going to spend it at Disney World anyway. So you're going to have that gift card there. So guys, I always say 2 forms of a payment and have them ready. I write them in a big piece of paper. You can save them on your computer. I'm not good enough to do that. So you're able to save them on your computer and then copy and paste and put them in right away. And so that way you can go through registration. So now you come to the day of registration, guys. And so when should you log in? When should you start putting together, all the stuff that we just all talked about? So you're going to have pages of stuff with information of yourself, your runners, your login information, your payment information. So you got all that and you're ready to go. So when should you log in? My recommendation is at least 15 minutes ahead of registration. One of the things I missed out, and really keep that in mind, usually registration is 10 a.m. Eastern time. So guys, know your time zone to make sure that you're there. So I am on Central Time Zone, so mine is 9 a.m. And so if you're on the West Coast, you're in the Pacific Time Zone, that's 7 a.m. So guys, adjust your alarms so that way you know when to get in. Guys, okay, so now we're 15 minutes ahead of time, sometimes even 30 minutes ahead of time. Go ahead and you're going to enter the RunDisney.com page, and you're going to go straight into the Wine Dine, right? So you're going to look at it, it's going to say registration starting soon or coming soon. You're going to refresh. You're going to refresh if you have multiple devices. Now, it's the other thing too, guys, that I always recommend. Have multiple devices. One, and we talked about it earlier, one on data, one on Wi-Fi. Make sure that they both have strong signals, okay? In case one of them drops, you have a backup. So that's the way it works, okay? So make sure you refresh. You refresh. All of a sudden, a bar is going to come up and it's going to say registration open. It's going to be a big bar. You're just going to click on that. It does not matter if you are if you want to register for the challenge and the 5K opens up, click on that bar. Then starts the spinning cue, and it's what it looks like. And if I have a picture, I'm gonna post it. And I do have a picture, so it looks something like this. Thank you for your patience. So once you're here, guys, stop refreshing. You do not refresh anymore. So you're gonna be put into a lottery system. Basically, it's a lottery system. So you're gonna be put in there with everybody else, and it's gonna come. Usually, it starts refreshing at about the time of that it opens up. Which, if it says 10 a.m. Eastern time, at about 10 a.m. it opens up. So little by little, you're gonna see you get into this queue. The first thing you are going to see is at the bottom, it's going to read over an hour left. It's going to read that. That is probably going to stay for a minimum of maybe 5 minutes, and it could even be 10 or so. So guys, this is where you have to be patient. People get mad. I've seen people online and they sit there going like, man, I got screwed out. And I got in there and it already said over an hour, so I left. All right, guys, this is where you have to be patient. You have to wait it out, because that number can drop dramatically, and it could drop really, really fast, guys. And if you were the next one in line, you could have been waiting for 10 minutes, and you would have been the next one in line, and you logged off. So guys, stay on there, be patient, do not refresh anymore. But what you're gonna see is, you're gonna see that number drop. It could drop to 50 minutes, it could drop to 40 minutes, it could drop to 5 minutes. And so, and then if you have multiple devices, and people have, let's say you have multiple people and multiple devices, or you have 4 devices, one might stay at over an hour, another one might drop very quickly. So focus on that one. So once you get in, this is where you have to be as efficient as possible. And the reason I say efficient is because if you move too quickly, you're going to forget things. You're going to not know what you forgot. So you're going to be stuck in limbo for a while trying to figure out what you missed. And guys, the easiest one to miss, and I talked about it earlier, is the shirt size. The shirt size is going to be like a box on the side. I've missed that twice already, and I've had to go back to go and check on that. But guys, remember, check that in. You're going to go through everything. You're going to make sure that you get your payment information in as efficiently as possible. Let's say you have multiple runners, you have 3 people, you got them all in. So you're going to get that payment information as efficiently as possible. You're going to move in, you're going to put the payment information, you're going to click, and once you get, congratulations, you are now registered. Take a screenshot. Make sure you take a screenshot so you have that for your records, just in case they don't send you the email, just in case something happens. You always have that. And guess what? That happens a lot more than people think. So then you see on social media, people go, my registration just disappeared. And then I'll say, did you get your screenshot? Yes. All right, you don't have anything to worry about. The day of, you can just show up and you can show it to them, and they will give you your bib. So it's not a big deal, guys. But again, take that screenshot, because without that, it's just your word, and hopefully they can find it anyways. But guys, take the screenshot. If you're doing it on your PC, take a picture of it, whatever it is, but make sure that you save that. But now, guys, let's say you did not get in. So you wanted to do the 5K, and there was 3 of you, and when you clicked in, it said sold out. This is where you have to be quick, and you got to go to plan B. Now, I've already talked about plan B, so let's say plan B was, and I've seen it quite a few times on social media, hey, guess what? We all moved up to the 10K. So then you got to go in there, and you got to be as efficient as possible, again, to make sure that you can get into that 10K run. And again, time, seconds are just very, very valuable here. So make sure that you get in as efficiently as possible. Once you register, the same thing. Take the snapshot, and you're registered. Okay, guys, before we turn it over to the other guy, let's just go ahead and go really quick. What my suggestion is going to be is to just be patient. When you're in your head, you're going to make more mistakes, and then there's more mistakes to fix, guys. So guys, just be patient. You want to do a dry run, just pick a Word document and just type in everything that you have to type in. Click, practice clicking on boxes, whatever it is, and that way you're ready that day. But again, it's just like the runs, guys. Your training is when you should panic. So you should panic when you're trying to practice it. Once the day of the runs come, there should be no more panicking. You got to trust your training. So it's the same thing. You've already done the work. You've gotten everything. So again, there's no guarantee that you're going to get in, but you got a better chance of getting in, guys. And I'm going to turn it over to that guy over there. And magical luck. Hope to see you guys on the course. So guys, I do have an idea in mind, a couple of ideas in mind for videos that are coming up. So you'll be getting another one coming pretty soon, guys. Keep your eyes out for that. But I'm sorry this one was so short. And I guess that's it for now. Guys, see, create a magical day, create a magical run, and guys, see you sooner than later.